You have described all of this as a buy the dips moment. Just unpack that for us.
Well, I think immediately after the general election result came through, some of the exchange-traded funds for Malaysia overseas were sort of down 8%. The ringgit went walkabout to about 4 ringgit and 5 sen to the dollar. But people hadn't really thought through the beneficial effects of a complete change. You know, I'm no spring chicken. I've been here since 1989. But this is the most exciting and positive thing that's happened, I think, to the country for a long time. And when you have 4 days, as we had with Thursday and Friday being a holiday, as well as Saturday and Sunday, I think people started to realize that this was a very positive thing. Of course, there are casualties and there are companies identified with the previous government, sometimes wrongly. I don't think CIMB was identified with the previous government, or it has any connections with the previous government. So you had some stocks getting sold down and other ones getting bought up. But overall, I do think that Malaysia has turned a corner, and in the long term this is a very positive development.
Let me take the counter-argument for a minute. GST is going to go. How potentially disruptive is that going to be for the markets, and does it risk the Malaysian sovereign getting a credit rating downgrade?
Well, it's quite a big chunk of government revenues, particularly when the oil price was low.
It's about a quarter, isn't it?
Yes. So something has to come in to fit the gap, or you have to adjust your suit to meet your cloth. And I think that the Tan Sri Dr. Zeti was saying yesterday that this is not going to be a problem. You just have to adjust your projects that you carry out to make sure that you don't run too much of a deficit importing equipment, etc., and to find your revenues elsewhere. It was quite interesting to see yesterday British American tobaccos went up, I think, 25%, as people realised that you know, the revenues from excise duties from tobacco and others is an area where they could be tightened up. I don't think there are many countries in the world where 60% of cigarettes smoked are contraband, getting no revenue. So there are alternatives to this, and if the GST is reintroduced, if SST, sales and service tax, is introduced, that would offset some of the revenue loss. And it just seems that a lot of people are quite excited about the removal of GST. So I think there will be a pickup in consumer demand, and the feel-good factor could affect retail sales growth after 2 or 3 years in which economic growth at the GDP level has been very good, close to 5 or even higher percent. There hasn't really been much pickup in retail sales, even if you add the online sales. This time round, I think people will be feeling a bit better.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.